Yo, I can't quit the Hawk 2 woman.
Yeah, dude.
Give me your Hawk 2. Vito, come over here and give me your Hawk 2.
Get over here, dude. Don't lick your lips before you do it, dude. I don't like that at all.
Jesus.
Damn, dude. You've been there a time or two. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to another episode of Men at Work podcast. We found ourselves back in a park. We're outside Parks on Tap. It's a rotating beer garden that gives back. Philadelphia's traveling beer garden that gives back. As I'm reading the sign right over there. Thank you to everyone who is who's tuning in today. The blue collar,
baby,
the middle class,
mommy,
and the white collar.
Crown.
Damn, I don't know what your dad was thinking when you were 9, man. You crushed it. I'm Kyle Pagan.
Finally.
This is Maddie Peoples over here. We're Men at Work, and we'll get a little bit of housekeeping before we get into the podcast. If you like this content and you want to see more, patreon.com/menatworkpod. Some sweet, sweet bonus content over there. Listen, we forgot you the last 2 weeks, all right? We gotta admit it. We forgot.
Yeah, we forgot. Yeah, we forgot.
We were busy. Things with a lot of moving parts.
Yep.
Fucking Vito's filming commercials now. Like, it's like life got out of control. And all right, but now we're back. We just filmed something at the Donald Trump rally yesterday. Matt absolutely crushed it. I hope to be just as good as him. I was really impressed by you, by the way.
Thank you, buddy.
That'll be out on Thursday, tomorrow when this podcast comes out. So check that out. We're doing the $1 Cheeto tier right now for the first 50 people to subscribe. Any other housekeeping things?
No, dude. We love seeing the comments telling us where you'd like to see us at. So keep giving recommendations, keep commenting, show your friends if they're in different areas. You want us to come to their conference or your buddy's work. Yeah. Whatever you want us to do, just give us a comment, give us a message on Instagram, and we'd love to see that.
Yeah, or menatpodcast@gmail.com. I see you hopping in the comments a little bit on the YouTube. You like fraternizing with the boys.
I like seeing the fellas. I like seeing the dogs down in the comments. I like to interact and say hello. And they don't. Now, nobody ever responds back to me, but that's probably because they don't know that I'm me. So
no,
they don't.
They don't. I am starting to enjoy the arguments on the clips on social media. They they are getting out of control, but they do make me laugh, and so keep doing that. Keep arguing with your fellow brethren.
Why not?
Keep dividing this country.
Hang 10. Have a couple Miller Lights. Fight in the comment section of that one union video.
Yeah, keep dividing the country in our Instagram comments for engagement purposes.
Absolutely. It's really just for engagement. We're milking you for all of your worth.
Literally just for us.
No, dude, we love you guys.
And we just want to shout out our boys at Thrive. Thrive is our new presenting sponsor. If you didn't see the ad, it'll be right here.
Yo.
Hello, Kyle. What are you doing?
Nothing. Sitting here watching the game, smoking some Thrive.
Are you all alone? Who's that?
Yo, pick up the phone.
What's up?
Yo, Cheeto, pick up the phone.
Yo. What's up?
What you doing, son?
Nothing. Just chilling. Killing.
True.
Yo, I can't quit the Hawk 2 woman.
Yeah, dude.
Give me your Hawk 2. Vito, come over here and give me your Hawk 2.
Get over here, dude. Give us your best Hawk 2. Don't lick your lips before you do it, dude. I don't like that at all.
Jesus.
Damn, dude. You've been there a time or two.
Talking to this, Vito.
No, you got to do it more nonchalant. It's gonna be like,
dude, she's bigger than the Kevin James meme.
It's unbelievable.
She's everywhere.
And quickly, too. And it's like, that's not even really a new move, but I love it's the enthusiasm.
It's not even a new move. Shout out to you, dude.
It's not, she's careful.
Shout out to you, man.
Nah, dude, I get the job done. That's all.
Dude, it's not even a new move. That's a guy who knows.
I don't know. What is she even talking about? That's what I go back to. No, but it's crazy that just like, I wonder from her perspective, is she like freaking out like, oh my God.
She's selling merch now.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's I mean, which is like the perfect thing is like an American, like that's the American dream, become viral and capitalize on it. She's selling hats, like signed hats for like $40 at some convention, $30 unsigned.
Wow, I didn't know that. Good for her then. That's the new entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's all about what you do with your 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, and that was like maybe a minute and a half of fame, and she's making money off of it. What would you do? And this is not to be a man take. If like your girl's out with her friends, they're having fun, she gets caught on video doing that. What's the next morning like?
As like a boyfriend, I wouldn't care, but as a father,
That's where it is.
That'd be tough.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one to come back from because you know your fucking dirty ass buddies are just all watching Hawk 2, girl.
Oh.
Your daughter, You're in the VFW. Everyone, you walk in, everyone turns around, looks at you. They're snickering and everything.
Yeah.
That's a tough pill to swallow. As a boyfriend, capitalize, baby.
Yeah, okay.
I
That's
love
what
my
I would do.
entrepreneurial babies out there.
I would do the same thing. To my girlfriend, if you're ever getting interviewed by some street botherer, let it rip. Say your funniest thing. Let's
Just
make some money
say
off
me,
it.
man. Street botherer.
I'm right there with you, dude. What do you think I'm doing? I'm your partner in crime in this
That's true.
in this endeavor. But no, I think so. And you know what's kind of funny? And this might not make any sense, but this is the way my brain looks at it. Like, it's weird that she says that, and then everybody's like, oh, gross. But it's like, we all do that.
And we
Why
all
is
want
she
it done.
gross? Because she said, yeah, we all want it done.
Yeah.
We all do stuff like that. But then she says it, and we're like, what a yucky lady. But like behind closed doors, we're like, hell yeah. Is that so weird? Like how the psychology of it? Like, you can't advertise stuff, but we all know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, people may just not like it in their face. You know,
I think she loves it in her face. To be totally
is
honest
it kind of like, I don't know. It's like we all, like, I guess, if you want to compare it to something, I guess it's kind of like the election. Like, we all know who we kind of are voting for, but we all get mad at the ads that are like in our faces in like the middle of a baseball game.
True. All right, that's fair.
Like, I'll be radicalized during a Phillies game.
Really?
Like, it'll be like, Biden wants to take your teeth.
What is this, Mr. T? Who's saying this?
I don't know. Joe Biden wants to take your teeth. He doesn't want you to have any teeth anymore. Paid for by
Dr. Oz.
Yeah, Dr. Oz. Like, Trump wants to take.
Trump wants to put the Hawk 2 girl to death. He wants to see her gone.
He wants to deport the Hawk 2 girl back where she came from. It's like, I don't think he does. But shout out the Hawk 2 girl, man.
For real.
Shout out to the original Hawk 2 girl, Nancy Reagan.
Real? Oh, I have heard those rumors. Yeah. That's tough, dude.
And Ant's got after it. Hey, folks, how are you? We do a podcast where we ask people what they do for a living. If you got a second when you're done.
Yeah. Nice, easy, 2 minutes. Hell yeah, man. Thanks
Hell
for joining
yeah.
us. What's up, dude? Matt, nice to meet you.
I'm Knuckles Guy. Knuckles Guy?
Yeah.
Right.
First name Kyle. Last name Knuckles Guy.
That's right.
Matt and
What's your name?
my name is Nolan.
Noel?
Yeah, Nolan.
Nolan.
Like Nolan.
Sick. Yeah, like Nolan Ryan.
Yes, sir.
And what do you do for a living?
I do door-to-door sales
Oh,
for one of the
shit.
largest home remodeling companies in the country.
This week must have been hell.
It's a different. You gotta drink lots of water, go to bed early. You know, just rise and shine.
Were you
Grind.
doing any of that? Did you do that at all?
Oh, you got to.
Yeah.
You got to every door. You got to be on your A game. You're getting that door slammed a lot.
Oh,
A
man.
lot of no's, but it's all about the getting. A couple
What's your
yeses.
pitch?
I don't know. It's proprietary. I don't know if I could can reveal.
Oh, you
it
have
right
like
now.
a unique pitch to the company that you can't even share.
There is a science to it.
What's the science?
Well, you know, you're knocking on someone's doors, probably feeding their kids dinner, and you know, we're pitching them on getting a new roof. And a lot of times, you know, you get a lot of no's, but a couple yeses. They ended up spending $50,000 from, you know, me knocking on their door to 3-4 hours later, 5 hours later, they're opening the checkbook, and you know, a lot of people need the roof.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a lot that goes into it. A lot of science behind it.
What's the science? Is it like, are you talking mostly about the utility of the product, or are you offering like what it looks like in a real world scenario? Like, all right, obviously you need a good roof, but here's the reasons why you want to keep your family protected. But like, what's that sound like?
A lot of sales is you're not buying the product, you're buying the person. So you want to build a relationship with someone. You know, you got to build trust. You know, how you build trust with someone in 5 minutes, me knocking on their door, to having someone come 2 hours later to allowing them inside of their house and talk. So, you know, you're doing a lot of just getting to know someone, you know, then they ended up telling you their, you know, phone number, their spouse's name. So you just got to be personable, humanize yourself as quickly as possible. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough gig, but if you're good at it, you can make some good money.
So this is a proprietary thing. You can't even share what the actual pitch is. My thought is you guys stage home invasions, and then you go and you get rid of the invaders, and then at the end of it, you're like, by the way, I kind of noticed that the shingles up there look like shit. Did you guys ever?
I'm actually scoping out who's on vacation and when they're leaving.
Okay,
And I'm like, yo, Bill, this guy's leaving next week.
No, you're thwarting the home invasion. You're the savior.
I'm plotting. I'm figuring out when they're not home.
And then thwarting it.
And then we capitalize on it.
So you break in and you build them a roof. That's what you yeah, you actually give them something.
Yeah, a little B&E. They come back from vacation.
By the way, you owe me $50,000.
Yeah. TV's missing, but they got a new roof.
That's
That's
true.
true. Good trade-off.
It's a give and take.
It's a bartering system.
So how long have you done it for?
Since February.
So you just started.
So very
So
new
new.
at this job.
Okay.
What's the day-to-day like?
Company does a really good job keeping everyone together. It could be a mental grind.
Yeah.
So team meets up at a Wawa, of course. Get our
course.
coffee.
As any high-level operation begins.
100%.
Starts at a Wawa.
This is who we're going to attack today, okay? You're going to hit Canterbury Lane.
Yeah.
I'm going to get...
It's literally what happened.
Yeah, okay.
Get the maps.
I'll take Chestnut.
Sweet.
Derek, you got Walnut.
Yeah, who's getting odds?
Yeah.
Who's getting evens?
Yeah.
Hit it there. Just shoot the shit for a little bit. Then you go out for a couple hours, get lunch. It's a grind.
Yeah.
You hit 100 houses in a day.
Jeez.
Knock on 100 times, walking 10+ miles. So
How do you stay dry out there? How many shirts we going through?
you're not. Yeah. You just gotta. It's grueling.
It's got to be.
Do you think that actually helps you because when you do knock on the door, people might be a little more sympathetic for you?
So 100%. So
Yeah.
you're not supposed to go. You're not supposed to go in people's houses yet. So
Okay.
we don't want to go in because they feel like that might be the sales pitch there for the window. So we're waiting for our expert to come in. But a lot of people are like, "Oh, do you want water?" If they ask for that, you always take the water.
Sure.
You always go in. You have a little longer conversation, and it kind of just breaks the walls down a little bit. Yeah.
How do you piss?
So
Sitting down?
I have a.
Sorry.
No, I don't sit down and piss. You sit down when you're pissed?
Most of the time, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, you wake up at 7 in the morning, you got pissed. Yeah, I sit down when I piss.
There's nothing better.
Yeah.
It's like you got to do it, dude. It's like leaning in the shower.
Honestly.
It's God's small pleasures that He offers to us.
I think we have to make sitting when you pee like more acceptable.
That's what we're running on. That's our campaign.
Sorry. It's election year.
I think people do. I might be taking the toilet seat for granted. Most people don't have toilet seat. The Middle East, it's just a hole in the ground that they piss in, right? You ever seen a Middle Eastern porta john?
No.
It's just a hole. There's no seat there.
How many
So
Middle
maybe
Eastern
you guys-
porta johns have you seen?
What do you?
A couple.
Yeah?
I've been overseas a couple times,
Okay.
but I think you're onto something.
Maybe so. I think so. I mean, look,
He used to sell
I'm some man with an idea.
Sell on the Taliban. Like, this stuff is nothing.
Yeah, Abdul was like, "Hey man, I need toilet seats out here."
So wait, so how do you piss?
So I have a cashmere jacket in my back seat. I just put that in between the two, and I got a cup back there.
Oh, nice.
okay.
Because the thing is, like, let's think about it. I have to get out of the community for 5 minutes to walk to my car. 5-minute drive to Wawa. Take the piss for 5 minutes. Go to my car. Drive back for 5 minutes. Yeah. I'm missing out 30 minutes. That's like 10 to 15 doors I'm missing.
Damn,
out.
Right.
I like that, dude.
So you got.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all efficiency. It's hard work. It's efficiency. So yeah, you gotta. Minutes count.
How many grind set Instagram accounts do you follow?
Yeah. So I got my routine in the morning. You get up, get a little gog. I mean, hey, have you knocked
guy?
on doors?
I've not. You're right. I mean, I have gotten. So coming out of college, I was tricked into a lot of interviews that were like sales interviews, and you get there and it's like Comcast, Verizon selling like cable boxes and stuff. I can't tell you. I probably was on 10 to 15 different interviews before I was like, all right, stop falling for this trick.
Yeah.
But no, so I've never knocked on doors before. So you're a Goggins guy? Goggins gets you up in the morning?
Who's going to carry the roofs?
Yeah.
So yeah, right. Got to get to the roofs. Karen is gonna carry them.
Who's going to carry the shingles?
So I go to the gym in the morning. Yeah, you kind of get your head right. You got to be, I mean, the job is like 90% mental.
Yeah.
I read my Bible every morning to
Got it.
make sure, get my head right. Because at the end of the day, I try to humanize everyone I'm talking to.
What's the verse that gets you fucking going?
I mean, I talk to, I don't really have a verse.
No, like Thessalonians or who's your favorite
I
disciple?
like Thessalonians.
That's a tough one.
Who's your
No,
favorite
I'm
disciple?
reading through 1 John right now.
Got
it. 1 John's pretty good.
Yeah. You get to 316 yet?
That's just John 3:16. 1 John is a different book in the Bible.
Didn't you go to Catholic school, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
12 years.
Revisit it.
I also took Spanish for 12 years. Look at me now.
True.
Yeah. Well, I'm so curious. What was your life path to be sitting in a freaking park on a Sunday afternoon?
We used to sell roofs and windows.
What goes wrong?
Yeah, true.
No, I'm
Well, a
just
lot of
kidding.
things.
I'm
A lot
kidding.
of
I'm kidding.
zigs and zags. Yeah, we used to sell roofs, and that obviously didn't work. And then I'm kidding.
Then we went over to the Middle East.
Yeah.
Tried to sell to the Taliban.
Yeah,
They didn't like the Porta Johns.
They didn't want those. No.
I was in construction.
It's nice. A lot of podcasts are just like two dudes you don't know talking to each other. We like the idea of like going and just talking to people.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough stuff where it just highlights the regular people who are some of the more interesting people you can get.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you guys ever talk about the Federal Reserve at all?
Go ahead.
Now,
What do
what
you
do you
want to talk
got?
about the Federal Reserve?
What's up with the Fed?
What's wrong with the Fed?
I mean, what's wrong? What's wrong? A lot's wrong with the Fed right now. I mean, have you ever heard of the book? It's called The Creature of Jekyll Island.
No.
Okay, it talks about the history of the banking system and the most consequential year in American history, 1913, when the Federal Reserve was created, the federal income tax was implemented. I think you got to focus on that a little bit here.
Let's hear
Stripping
more.
every
Why?
day.
What about what was
What was 1913?
Yeah, so 1913 is when the central bank was created under Woodrow Wilson. It was a part of a conspiracy, if you will, where there were a couple senators and a couple bankers. So the Rothschilds were represented, the Rockefellers were represented. There was a senator, I'm drawing a blank on his name. I think it was from New Jersey. But anyway, they met in Jekyll Island, where they discussed creating a central bank. It was not our first central bank in America, but ever since then, the citizens of this country have lost their sovereign ability to have control over their own currency. Federal Reserve is a privately owned bank.
I don't have control over my own currency?
No, brother. They just print it out and you say, okay, I'll do whatever it takes for it. I'll knock on doors for that piece of paper they're printing on.
So what do you recommend we do instead of that, dude?
Yeah.
You seem pretty happy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're doing good. We're doing good out here selling doors. We're doing good.
Absolutely, of course.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about this for hours.
No,
but, yeah.
I like
Yeah, I mean, what was so they make the Federal Reserve. There's got to be a reason, or at least one that they can manufacture.
This is actually turning into the podcast that we're not trying to set out to do. Three guys just talking conspiracy theories.
Unfortunately, here we are.
This is not, so the Federal
All
Reserve
roads lead back.
is a private banking system that lends money to our government, right? They set the interest rate, they set all the terms to the loans, and they basically control our government, right? The reason you can't buy a house right now is because the government or the Federal Reserve has their interest rate, set at 5-6%. We lend to four. There's only 4 or 5 banks that are direct lenders from the Federal Reserve. So it's like Bank of America, J.P. Morgan, Citi. There's like 4 or 5 banks, and then they lend to smaller regional banks, and then the money gets into our pocket. That's why you ever hear of prime lending, what the prime rate is right now. So the Fed is saying 5%. I can only borrow to buy a house or a mortgage at 8%. So they control everything. Yeah, and you got to look into this group. It's called the oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank right now.
These are guys against the Federal Reserve, I guess.
No, who created the Federal Reserve?
Got
it. It's in England. It's called the I'll look it up here in a second.
I have an idea what you're talking about. I remember there was some coercion with.
Dude, I didn't know about this bank.
Yeah.
It's a private. They call it the Federal Reserve as a kind of sleight of hand to think that, hey, it's part of the federal government.
Yeah.
But they're not part of the federal government. Yeah.
Nothing to do at all. It's called the Fabian Society. So
Got
just
it.
pop in my head. So the Fabian Society started in the 1960s. They're a British global socialist movement that basically their logo is a wolf in sheep's clothing. So it's a wolf that has sheep, and it's like this old picture, and that's their logo, and a turtle, which symbolizes the slow movement through institutions to slowly take them over. And there's a guy named Colonel House, who is basically the right-hand man of Woodrow Wilson in the 1913 when the Federal Reserve turned over. Hold on, babe. We're talking about serious shit here.
Yeah, dude, we're learning about
Yeah,
the
so
bank.
you gotta look up what the philosophy and the ideals behind the Fabian Society and what their goals are, and it kind of came true. So their goal is to create a one world socialist government.
Got it.
And they used that through the banking system. They created the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank back in the 40s.
Jeez, this guy gonna get us killed.
I think he's gonna get us killed. Yeah, we have there's a red dot on your forehead.
You know
right
too
now.
much there.
It's all in this book, The Creature of Jekyll Island. Highly recommend all your viewers to just understand what the hell's going on with the thing in their pocket and what they're working for.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on and getting us deplatformed.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, this is awesome. Who's your grind set guy right now? Is it Goggins? Is it Andy Elliott? Is it 10X boy Cardone?
Dude, I
just Peaky Blinders pictures in black and white. And just
I listened to this 20-minute. It's like a not a Bible study. I mean, it sounds real cheesy, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's AI that does it. I think I'm listening to a computer every morning that gets me hyped.
And the Bible verses get you hyped.
Yeah, it gets my mind right, you know?
Some people listen to
Joey Rogan.
Yeah, I was going to say Kanye, Jay-Z, Eminem.
Yeah.
You listen to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I try to, but
Dang.
That's nice. All right, cool.
Listen, whatever you're into.
Do you want to shout out the biz if you want to just promote yourself a little
bit? We will not do that today.
Got to give the opportunity at least, yeah.
Well, cheers, gentlemen.
Sweet,
cheers,
dude.
bro.
Thank you so much, man. That was great. Oh, okay.
Cheers.
No.
Hello. Oh, I thought you were going to kiss me. All right. All right. I don't know what just happened there.
I love learning new things, even if they're just batshit crazy. Like everything that guy said about the Fed could be totally false. But you know what? I like to just be like, yes, sir. Can I have another?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Yeah. Although I have had some speculation about the Fed for a while.
Yeah, he talked with so much conviction that it was just like, holy shit, I almost bought a roof from that guy.
I think his girlfriend's worst nightmare is him having 4 margaritas and then somebody asking him about the Federal Reserve. And she's like, oh my God, we're going to be here for an hour. She probably wakes up at 2 a.m. and he's out there blacked out with his 9th rum and coke. And he's like, babe, they're stealing money from us. And she's like, you have to come to bed. You got to work tomorrow. You got to go door to door. I love that guy. That guy's the man.
I might actually buy that book.
You'll like it.
I'm on this weird book craze where I have like 10 books that are like in my queue right now, and I can't even get through like one. Like I think I'm trying to like, you know, when like you meet a girl that you're like really into and she might be out of your league and you're like really doing anything to impress her, so you just say yes.
Yeah.
I'm doing that with myself right now. I'm like trying to impress myself by like listening to more books. Like I want to learn stuff. Like what the fuck? Like what do I care about Alexander the Great? Like I'm listening to a book on Alexander the Great. I've never thought about Alexander the Great once in my entire fucking life.
Yeah, but that's like kind of a beautiful concept. I think that's just self-love. I think you're trying to impress yourself to be like, I'm capable of more.
I think it's just me being sober.
Yeah, true. I'm glad you're done with that. Thank God.
I'm not done with it.
You're done with it, too.
I was off the sauce for anyone that doesn't know. I don't know why we never talked about it on the podcast, but I was off the sauce for like, I thought I was off the sauce for like 2 months. It turns out I was off the sauce for 21 days.
Yeah.
It was the longest 21 days of my life. The one thing they talk to you about is when you get sober or like getting sober. I hate when people say getting sober. I just stopped drinking because I'm a pussy and can't deal with the hangovers.
Yeah.
But one thing they don't tell you about it is like you have so much time on your hands that you now have to fill with other things when all your friends and all your family are social drinkers and stuff. So like you go like my buddy's like, what are you doing today? I'm like, I guess I'm just going to crush 12 hours of baseball.
Yeah.
Like I almost bought a beat machine, Matt.
What do you mean? Like to make beats?
To make beats.
Oh my God, thank God, dude. Thank God, dude. Because I would have been the beat machine. I would have beat your fucking ass if you would have bought that, dude. That is unbelievable.
My fucking Run DMC or something like that? Like Grandmaster Flash?
You show up in a black suit and top hat.
What the fuck do I know about percussion?
Dude, you're the next John Summit. You were probably moments away from becoming a DJ.
And dude, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. It's like, I'm just going to learn something new.
Yeah.
No, just drink, dude.
I know. Yeah, you really don't think about it that way, but the drinking is just a way to kill time.
Yeah.
And your own, like, it's so funny that it's like, I'm drinking, and that's something that's enough to like, oh, that person's doing something. In reality, if I told you like, oh, I'm playing rock, paper, scissors, and I'm doing that for 4 hours at a, public location at a bar, people are like, what are you talking about?
That's true.
You're just doing one thing, but for whatever reason, that one's cool.
Yeah. Hey, folks.
Hey, guys.
How are you? We do a podcast where we ask you what they do for a living.
Yeah.
I just need 3 minutes. We have two
you guys
seats.
Want to both hop
one
on?
seat.
That's perfect.
Don't even sit down. You don't even have to sit down. You can just grab the mic.
Yeah, take a seat if you'd like to. Whatever makes you comfortable.
You don't have to sit down.
Yeah. Grab the mic if you want to.
If you want to, you can hear it.
Yeah,
still.
whatever makes you comfy.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm Khalees.
Khalees.
Yes.
Isn't there a DJ Khaled? Oh, some say Khaled, some say Khalid.
I thought it was from Game of Thrones.
Khalid. Okay. Yeah, Khaleesi from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sure you never heard that one
And
before.
what do you do for a living?
I am a PhD student, so I do cancer genetics.
Cancer
Really?
genetics?
Mm-hmm.
Where at? Wow.
at Drexel University.
Sweet. Go Dragons.
God.
Yes.
Go Dragons. Go Mario.
How about that? A cancer genetic? Because that's got to be both a kind of rewarding and upsetting job where you're very getting into the weeds of cancer, but you are making things better. How do you like juggle something like that?
Wow. So I do think sometimes it is frustrating. It's like, why can't I find, something that's just directly, gonna
Why
treat
can't I
it?
find
Sure.
this cure for cancer?
For
that I didn't-
Even though people for
yeah.
hundreds of years haven't been able to. But
Sure.
it is rewarding.
Somebody just beats herself up every single day.
I
She
know,
can't find a
that's
cure
so
for
sad.
cancer. That's
Yeah.
so sad.
Oh, man. One of the
Damn.
few meaningful jobs, and you're beating yourself up.
Don't worry, miss.
It is hard. But
Einstein couldn't figure it out either. Damn. So what are you doing? Like you like splitting genes and stuff? Like how do I not get cancer?
Just from what I know, just eating fruits and vegetables, the stuff that you hear your doctors say, just eating the best you can, calorie restriction and exercising
Tell me the red meat's okay. Tell me the red meat's
Oh,
with
no.
limits.
Okay.
With
What's the limits?
0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One bite.
One bite
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah.
So
Sniffing it.
I always get curious about this, like, and this is coming from two very dumb guys. What is the big thing missing and why we can't find a cure? Or is there like one singular thing? Like, what is the crux of the issue of why we can't solve it?
I think there's just some plant in the Amazon that we just haven't discovered yet.
That's how I look at
that's
it.
what I
It
think.
might be a silly, yeah.
I think the main thing is that all cancer is different. We kind of like to define cancer as just one disease, but breast cancer is different from prostate cancer, is different from esophageal cancer. They're all different, so it's kind of hard to just say there's one cure for
Right.
cancer. There's even vaccines for like cervical cancer, for example. The HPV vaccine is good for preventing that cancer.
I
They're all
want to be
different.
one
Remember
less.
that? I got one. I got it back in the day.
Great.
The one for the fellas.
Great commercial. I got the one for the fellas too.
Yeah.
How close do you think we'll find cancer? Well, we found cancer. Do you think we'll find a cure for cancer in our lifetime?
I think we're making really good progress, especially with the CRISPR identification of that type of gene editing system. I think we are getting very good at preventing cancer
Got it. Okay.
and treating it if it's caught very early on.
Got it. So we're
Okay.
getting better at discovering it. We're getting better at treating it. And okay. All right. I can live with that.
Yeah.
It's better than the
Than
first
nothing.
30 years of my life that, cancer was just running rabid.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it's less pervasive, but I wonder if it's just you feel that way because you're so used to hearing it, or if it seems like it's less taking a toll on people. But
How long is that Uber?
How long is what over?
How long that Uber's coming?
Oh, okay. She just got here actually just now.
All right.
Oh, it was
Good
nice
luck.
speaking with you guys.
this was great. Yeah, thank you so much
Thank
for telling us
you.
about that.
Don't
We really
beat yourself
appreciate
up. All right. You're
I'll
doing
try.
a great
Doing
job.
good stuff.
All right.
Keep it
Thank you
up,
so
please.
much.
We need you out
Yeah.
there.
Okay, nice
Need you on the
to meet
front lines.
Thank you so much. You see, Bryce Harper did it.
Yeah, and they lost the Hawk 2 game.
Did they
Can't-
really?
Can't lose the Hawk 2 game.
Yeah, you kind of have to win that.
Yeah, he actually should have been on third too.
I've been saying that for years.
Who's on first?
What is it? Him? He's on first. Who's on first? How does the joke go?
Who's on first? What's on second?
Yes.
I don't know who's on third though, but it wasn't Bryce Harper.
One time at a talent show when I was in middle school, a kid like 3 grades younger than me, I went up and we had to sing. Every year we had to sing. I had to sing so much in my childhood, I'm now realizing. And he went on after, and him and this other kid did that entire bit, and it got a standing applause.
That's a standing ovation.
I was so angry. I couldn't believe it. I started shit talking him. He was in 3rd grade. I was in 6th grade.
What'd you sing?
I was just like, oh, we did like hymns. We were like the choir. They said our grade was the best singing grade in my school, so we would just sing at every mass, which was nice because you got to go to the elevated part of the church. That was always fun, going a different place that other kids couldn't go. But yeah.
What you sang hymns for a talent show?
Yeah, they made us do it. Oh, not even hymns. No, when we did the talent show, no, not even the talent show. We did the Christmas show. And the dude who plays Wolverine, what's his name?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman is a big theater dork.
Oh.
Underratedly big theater dork. And he had a couple of, I guess, like songs in a play that he wrote or that he starred in. And we would sing his songs.
Les Mis.
Well, it was before Les Mis. It was even earlier. He's been a theater dork forever. And then, yeah, he was in Les Mis, and we would just do Hugh Jackman songs at a Christmas. Imagine being a parent, paying $8,000 a year to send your chubby kid to a Catholic school, and then you got to go watch him sing Hugh Jackman songs.
Yeah, I don't think I ever participated in a talent show. I was like really petrified of public speaking.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You had no inkling to show off your stuff?
No, because I had no talents.
What do you mean?
Played sports.
That'd actually be really funny if like a talent show of just you shooting free throws.
Honestly, the only thing that I ever thought about almost doing a talent show is, you remember when that Nike commercial came out with all those guys doing the street ball moves? It was like mocked in Scary Movie.
Yeah.
I think we almost got a bunch of our guys together and did all those. That would have been
sick.
That would have been sick.
How would you have captured the audio of the sneakers clicking?
Probably wouldn't have. It would have been one of the worst productions of all time. It would, literally, and it would have been terrible. It would have been me trying to do a crossover.
Yeah.
And like some arm sleeve, and probably some, like, back in like when I was 8 years old, probably some regalia that would probably be offensive today.
100%.
Like, there's no doubt one of us would have done blackface, but blackface like wasn't a thing when we were 8 years old.
Yeah, that's the closest you can get to blackface is wearing like a sweatband.
Yeah. I mean, there's that one picture of that kid in a Sixers fan. He's an Allen Iverson fan, and he's got like the whole Allen Iverson stuff down to the tattoos.
Yes.
No blackface, but cornrows, tattoos, arm sleeve, Sixers jersey, and everything. I'll put it in here.
So he did black arms?
But that would be me. No. He did, you know how he has all the tattoos on his arm and stuff? He literally did every single tattoo. The bulldog, the Chinese lettering.
That's actually pretty sick.
All that stuff, yeah. So.
Oh my God, that'd have been great, dude.
Yeah.
I can't believe you never did any talent shows.
No.
I could totally see you out there belting.
Hi, miss. How are you?
Hey.
We do a podcast where we ask you what they do for a living.
I'm really sweaty.
Yeah, so are we. We're right there with you. Yeah.
Get in line. You came to the right podcast.
We're all in it together.
What's your first name?
My name's Sarah.
Sarah, nice to meet you. I'm Kyle. This is Matt.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Kyle and Matt.
What do you do for a living?
I am a pediatric speech therapist
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So just focus solely on children.
right now.
Got it. Oh, is there a job change in the future? You said right now with just children.
Yes, our field is a little bit flexible because we can work with pediatrics and like all the way through adults, geriatrics.
Oh,
so it's possible.
What's the middle term for atrics? So you have your pediatrics and your geriatrics, but I've never heard of someone ever say something like
I just call it the adult population.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I've heard. I don't actually know.
Wow.
I don't
What
know
a
if there
thoughtful
is.
dumb guy question by me.
That's actually a very good question. I never thought about that before.
Sweet.
We'll have to circle back on that one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, put a pin in that one.
Yeah, put a pin in that one.
Who do you prefer? Do you prefer the children or do you prefer the olds?
I like. I'm gonna be that person. I like both. My background is with kids, so
Got it.
I really like the kids a lot. But I like the older population because that puts you like in a hospital setting or something that's a little bit cooler, where you get to see cooler stuff.
Yeah.
Like what kind of cooler stuff?
So reputation that speech therapists get is that we help people talk, right?
Yeah.
We also do swallowing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So someone
it's-
might have like a stroke or something like that?
Exactly.
Wow.
So it's speech and swallowing. So if you're more on the swallowing side, you can work in pediatrics, but a lot of us work with the adult and geriatric population, stroke victims, brain injuries, all that kind of stuff. So you get to see kind of like cooler stuff.
Wow, I never would have thought about. I guess so. It's a total oral kind of thing. So
Yes.
how do you coach? I guess for the most part, it's people who have lost the ability to swallow or
Yeah.
something's happened. How do you coach that back and like the choking and stuff like that? Like, how do you navigate dealing with something like that? That seems very stressful.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can do. A lot of my experience is diet changes, which is like not as fun for people because who likes to do that?
Sure.
But there are certain exercises that you can do to like help your muscles like retrain them to swallow
Got it.
properly, which is there's a lot of things that go into swallowing
Sure.
that people don't really think about.
This is a dumb guy question. I did not know there were muscles in the neck.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can co-sign that one.
I thought they were like like here, look at me. Like I thought they're like veins. Like I thought
There's
they were
a
like
lot. That's called the platysma. If you're interested, what
Got
you're
it.
doing right now.
Yeah.
Got it.
This
is the platysma.
What do they do? Do they connect to the brain or where do they go? I guess they all connect to the brain for the most part. Yeah.
The nerves connect to the brain, sure, and
Sure.
then they tell the muscles what to do. But what you're really looking at, it's less the neck and it's more the like pharynx.
Got it.
Like your trachea and your
Esophagus.
esophagus.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And that's all connected, and there's a lot that goes into it. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Do you guys, I mean, I guess you're trying to figure out ways to better help somebody speak and to swallow and do things like that. Do you study the greats like a Joey Chestnut, like a hot dog eater?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever look at like how the anatomy of his throat works? You got to study the greats, I would imagine.
We haven't actually. That is very funny.
So I'll add something here. El Wingador, who is a famous wing bowl champion here in Philadelphia, he used to put together a bunch of Tootsie Rolls into a ball, and he used to massage his neck, and he would just go back and forth with a giant Tootsie Roll ball to open up his esophagus to be able to eat more chicken wings. Have you just thought about that practice?
Is this
in
clinical or?
I mean, they're muscles, so I imagine you could kind of train them up to do a lot of different stuff. I mean, when you think about having a baby, like what your vagina does, that kind of stuff, I feel like it's sort of similar.
True.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, I have heard that they do a lot of like Tootsie Roll kind of stuff to like beef up their.
Yeah, he'll swallow it and then he'll like barf it back up, and that's how he'll.
Holy crap!
I don't want to ever see a video of that ever.
Platosis?
Platisma.
Platosis. We're in a state of platosis.
Do your
right now. Okay.
That's it. You have shitty platisma.
You're out of your mind.
What do you So how does your job differ with the youngs? I'm assuming that you're dealing with more children that are having a hard time speaking, verbalization.
Yeah. Kids range quite a bit. I have a lot of like typically developing kids that are just late talkers. And there's a lot of research that shows if you're a late talker, it correlates to how you'll do in school, how you'll do with reading, which then correlates to higher education issues. And so I work in early intervention right now, which is birth to 5 years old.
Okay.
So everything from like typically developing kids, and then I work with a lot of autistic kids.
Okay.
So it's less trying to get them to speak and just trying to find a way for them to communicate, because some of them are not verbal, will never be verbal, choose not to be verbal.
Mm-hmm.
So we use a lot of like devices to help them talk, choice boards to help them talk, sign language. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty interesting, because you hear a lot about like, I don't know if it's baseless or not, but like there's an uptick in autism in younger kids. Do you see any of that? Do you notice there's a higher frequency, or is that just kind of like an unfounded thing that's out in the zeitgeist now?
I don't know how much I can speak on that, because I haven't read a ton of research on it.
We could just be diagnosing it more too, because I feel like when we were
that's
younger,
what it seems like
we weren't like, I don't know, we weren't like allowed to like say that people were on the spectrum. Like we were just like, this guy's just quiet.
Yeah, right.
I have my
Timmy's just quiet.
Yeah.
I have my own thoughts about what's going on with the autism spectrum now. I think a lot of people.
You think they're either diagnosing themselves, misdiagnosing a little bit, being like,
it feels a little bit like a fad recently to be like, oh, that's just
100% agree.
autism,
right
and
it is, dude. Like you're not wrong.
like a lot of people. I don't know how old you guys are. I'm 32, but
31.
Yeah, so a lot of people like our age and a little bit older are kind of. It's like a TikTok thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's like John's just a little weird, man. Let him go. Let him live.
Right. So it could be either thing. Who knows? But
He picks his nose. Who cares?
It is. Yeah, I've noticed that.
I feel we're getting more autistic people and less people who sit at the peanut butter table with allergies. I have not. The peanut butter table and lunch used to be like the biggest thing in the world. Like if you went, it was like dropping a nuke if you went anywhere with a Ritz cracker near the table. Like
wait, did you have a peanut butter table?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we had.
So we were Catholic school kids.
Oh, you just let them out in the wild. Yeah.
We were public school kids.
You mixed the peanut butter allergies with the normies?
Guess. I don't know. I can't remember there being a peanut butter table.
You guys were playing with dynamite back then. That's terrifying.
We put the peanut butter kids in their own section.
They would sit by themselves.
I mean, it makes sense, but that is actually really hilarious.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, the kids that drove in high school, they had to park a certain place, and those other kids used to park.
Oh my god!
No, I love the peanut butter kids, because this relates back to you.
Sure.
I went to speech class for my first grade, second grade, third grade.
For what? Do you remember?
Yeah, my mom said that I talked like I had a mouthful of marbles. And I had no idea what that meant until she was like, yeah, you mumble. I had no idea what you were saying.
Shout out to you, though, man, because you talk really well right now.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. But,
the speech?
That was where that was one of the ones where I would be in there. And there were kids that I think were stricken with more aggressive speech things.
Yeah.
So I did feel like I was kind of sitting in with some people that I was like, you guys are worse off than me. I don't know what's happening. But not in a bad way, of course.
Yeah.
Not of their own volition.
What are some of the exercises you remember?
They would just have us sit there and just like the kind of, I don't think it was effective at all, but you just go like, mwah. I remember that was the big thing we do is go, mwah, mwah, which I don't think that ever did anything at all, but we did a lot of that. And the one thing I go back to is there was one kid in my class that would tell me that his brother was dressing up as a gullah for Halloween.
Okay.
And I was like, they made us talk. They'd make two kids with speech disabilities speak to each other. And then
Yes.
some lady would watch who was probably hungover from the night before at a wine night.
Yes.
And she would, we would just, he told me that he was going to be a gullah. I'm going to be a gullah. I'm going to
Guys
be a
just
gullah.
battling like two wizards.
I had no idea what he was saying. And eventually he was like, he's going to wear a skirt. He's going to wear like long hair. And I was like, oh, a girl? And then I was like, that's when I figured out we were on two different playing fields.
Yeah.
The kid was just from New England.
Maybe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry for the long tail. I just had to
No,
tell
you're fine.
somebody else in the speech industry.
Do you agree that Philadelphia has the 8th sexiest dialect in the entire country?
Oh, sexiest. 8th.
Yeah, we were 8th about, I think back in like 2020.
Do you know any of the ones that come before us?
I could look it up if you want to just kind of talk while I do it.
They might, I would imagine.
Interesting.
I guess they probably
I think it was like
New York.
French, Italian, Spanish, like all the love languages.
Oh.
And then there's just us just chilling at 8th.
No fucking
Wait,
way.
globally?
We were 8th. Yeah.
That is
Let me look it up.
It can't be right
That
because
can't be-
Yes, it can.
I thought you meant 8th in the country, and I didn't know that we had 8 dialects in the
Yeah,
country.
sorry, I said country is like the whole entire place doesn't speak English.
8th globally is that's something to be proud of. There's no way it's right.
8th sexiest. I'm telling you, CBS did it. NBC, y'all wrote an article.
I don't think
yeah,
I
new
wouldn't rate us
survey.
very high.
So a new
No,
survey.
certainly not.
This is from Fox 29, local to Philadelphia. A new survey, Big 7 Travel, Philadelphia accent ranked one of the sexiest in America. A new survey by Big 7 Travel ranks Philadelphia accent as the 8th sexiest accent in America.
In
So
America.
it was country.
But
Okay.
still.
So here's the full list. So
Yeah.
Long Island came in at 50th. We'll go down to the first. First was Texan. Second was Bostonian.
What?
Third was
Boston's off.
New York. Fourth was Mainer, which I do have some cousins in Maine. They talk really funny, and I do, and I always find myself, really tough not to jump their bones.
Sure.
Fifth was Chicago, which I'm trying to even
That's
think
crazy.
of. Sixth was Mississippi, which I think they're just really, if you're having Texan number 1, you're having Mississippi at 6. Like, can we just
Same thing.
envelope the Southerners?
Southern accent.
all in
Yeah,
one?
Southern's like really popular, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that?
I
don't
think
know.
so,
We were
yeah.
actually talking
People
about
really like it.
country aesthetic that like people are like really getting into their like country aesthetic.
Yeah.
7th is Hawaiian, so I guess Polynesian.
That's number 1.
And 8th is
Oh.
Philadelphia. So we beat out St. Louis, California.
Oh.
11th is Northwestern. Like, how can you have Texan and Mississippi and then have Northwestern?
Isn't that Maine?
No, Northwestern.
wait.
No, Northwestern is like Seattle.
Yes, you're exactly
Yeah,
right.
So, but yeah, we're
yeah.
we're 8th. This was back in May 15th, 2019.
That is so funny. I would not put us.
Really?
I would think we were like pretty low.
I would too.
Because we get made fun of a lot for our
But-
like Delco.
Yeah.
You know.
People, they roast the ones they love.
I guess.
Yeah.
I know, but if you think about
Like,
just
imagine
picture,
if Hulk 2 Girl had a Delco accent.
Who's that?
You don't know who Hulk 2 Girl is?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I do know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's up,
sorry.
dude? Hulk 2!
yeah, fucking spitting on that thing.
Yeah, dude, y'all fucking spit on that thing, and that's what you gotta do, dude.
Yeah, they like that. That's what
Yeah.
they like. Gay
Dude.
birds.
Yeah. Yeah. Hulk 2, go birds.
Oh my god.
That is that's you learn something new every
That's where
day.
we get our reputation.
You didn't think
from.
you were gonna walk into this today, did you? When
No,
you're coming
I
up?
did not. No.
So
Wow. Anything else we should know about speech pathology and your practice at large? Anything the people should do to take precaution or
Yeah.
any advanced stuff?
Speech is really important, especially for young kids.
Mm-hmm.
We don't just play with kids. That's a reputation we
reputation
get.
you get?
That it's just that all we do is play around with kids. We do actual therapy. Things
course.
that get done.
got it.
If you ever have any concerns about your young children, get them evaluated, get them tested, and listen to your speech therapist. Do what they tell you to do.
Now, do you ever have people come back with receipts and they're like, it worked, but he won't shut the fuck up? No.
Oh, absolutely.
Fix him.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you take the parts back out?
Yeah. It's a lot of times when we have kids for the first, we meet kids and they're brand new. The first like 4 or 5 sessions, the parents will come back and they'll be like, oh, they're not, they won't stop doing the one activity that
Oh,
you do
really?
in sessions. They won't stop doing it at home. They love, all the time.
Oh,
all the
wow.
time. Mhm.
I could totally see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just one car ride to Wildwood and they hear the same thing for an hour and a half. I can
Yeah,
imagine.
exactly.
It's like, okay.
It's fun because when you do like one-on-one sessions with kids, they get all of your time for that like 30, 45 hour, whatever you're doing. And I think that's really unusual for kids because parents are running around doing a bunch of shit. Maybe they
Sure.
have other kids, whatever. So they get 100% of your attention and you're just there to play with them.
But
So-
you don't just play with them.
But to them, it seems like you're just playing with
Sure.
them. Thank
But
you.
I want to let the haters know that we
Yeah.
just don't play with them. All right.
Right.
We do real work here.
Correct.
Yes.
We
I
do
love it.
real work.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah,
we
this
really
was great.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
A
it was
lot of
nice to
fun.
meet you guys.
Oh,
Nice to
very
meet
fun.
you.
Cool.
That adds a layer to the singing in front of my dad. I just figured out how to talk, and I started singing in front of him. He's like, dude, please stop.
No wonder your dad hated it. I would have hated it too. It's like, geez, like you asked a really good question about, like, hey, I would have taken you back to the speech therapy woman and been like, fix him.
It's too much.
He's singing in front of me now.
Yes, it's over the top,
Yeah.
which I think most parents. I mean, at the minute, it's got to be just so frustrating and stressful that your kid's not speaking. But then you listen to kids speak, and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh no,
Where's the off button on this thing? Oh my god.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I could ever have been
You had no speech there. I used to go to a trailer. That's what they do. They'd send us. We go to a trailer
Man, dude. Yeah.
out in the parking lot, and it'd be me and these two other kids, one girl, one boy. The one who said
Sent you
that.
away.
Yeah, it was. That's why I was trying to get to the larger point that it was the me and the peanut butter kids. We're the two isolated groups.
We put the peanut butter kids in camps, basically. God,
Work.
it was bad, dude.
Just written in peanut butter over the camp. Work will set you free. That's what it said. in
Dude,
Auschwitz.
the little, like, we treated the peanut butter kids like they were like lepers.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
because they kind of were, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like some of the popular kids, like, they had nut allergies. Like, and like lunch was the best part of the day. And then it would be like, nah, dude, sorry. Jimmy has, a kind bar
Yeah.
that you can't be around. So you're gonna have to go over to a table all the way on the other side of the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And everyone's just gonna poke fun at you and laugh at you because you can't ingest tree nuts.
You can. And the alternatives were the one kid in my class who had the nut allergy. His mom would pack him potato bread and fluff sandwiches.
Oh my God, fluff without the peanut butter?
Mm-hmm. Just straight fluff.
Jesus.
A
And
marshmallow potato bread sandwich.
Like, I like jelly, but jelly doesn't go well unless it's got peanut butter in it.
The jelly doesn't belong with anything other than peanut butter.
Yeah, 100%. The contextualization of it. Now I'm just the sliminess of it.
Yeah, if you're British out there with your various jams, stay home, dude.
Yeah.
Don't make us take the country a second time.
Dude, peanut butter, man. Not having peanut butter, not being able to enjoy the delicacy of peanut butter and all its amazing traits, and just how much of a universal food it is. Like, so many things have peanuts in it.
Yeah.
Or nuts in general.
I'm not a big peanut butter guy myself.
Not anymore. I think eating peanut butter sandwiches after a certain age is a little weird.
It's pretty upsetting, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my dad not too long ago ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches together, and it felt like midway through we were both like, this is not what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah, when I was really poor, when I was grinding the content space,
Yeah.
I would have peanut butter, jelly, and banana sandwiches every single day.
Oh, well, that's phenomenal.
The best.
That is truly that's what I'm saying. Peanut butter and jelly need
Yeah,
one
but when you're
another.
29 years old, it's not phenomenal. It's sad.
It's a little sad.
Eating a peanut butter, jelly, and banana sandwich on your couch. Your AC's broken, so you're sticking to your leather couch right now. Every time that you are literally picking up your sandwich, like you're like coming off the leather couch. Yeah, it's not fun, dude.
When you're on the brink
Yeah.
of your life falling apart and you
Yeah.
can't get the peanut butter off the roof of your mouth, that would send me. I'd be
100%.
done.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you really? You have to keep it
That
a
was me.
tally?
That was me.
Vito's got a notebook with just tally
Yeah.
marks.
Did you hear about that Springfield Little League?
I keep seeing posts about it directed to what is happening. Are you going to fight a little kid? I get like small inklings of information where I'm worried that you're going to fist fight a child.
I guess this is my real job overlapping with this podcast now. There was a Springfield Monco, not Springfield Delco. There was like this little league where this parent complained about the scheduling because apparently they wanted to shorten the season so the travel baseball team could the All-Stars could start their tournaments and stuff. So
Yeah.
they weren't going to have playoffs, which I think is very un-American to not have playoffs. I don't care if you're 4 years old in T-ball or you're 20 or you're 45 playing beer league softball.
Yeah.
Give me playoffs. If
I
I'm
agree.
playing something, give me playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So the one guy was complaining that the season was going to be shortened. And so one of the board members on the Springfield Little League bought a flyover plane and flew a banner plane saying the guy's name over a Little League game in the middle of a Little League game. Spent $1,100 on that. I hate parents suck.
That
dude.
is next level. That's not even a normal, like you hear all the parent stories at sports stuff. That's not even in the same vein. That's an insane person.
Exactly. Like that person should not be around children. And I actually do think they named the guy recently, and I think he's like banned from the board and banned from the Little League and stuff. I could be wrong. But I just turned to my fiance and I go, if we're ever PTA parents, put a bullet in me, man. Like I was watching, like I got so deep into it that I don't know if anyone might know me from Crossing Broad and stuff. Like that's my job. It's a local Philly sports website and stuff. I wrote about it and everything. The guy whose name was on the plane contacted me because I made fun of his kid for sucking. Because I was like, this is obviously,
that's what I've been seeing.
Yeah, this is obviously a kid. Because you just immediately assume that this is a parent who's mad that their child sucks at baseball and didn't make the All-Star team. Turns out the kid's on the All-Star team. This guy was just so angry about it that he went to the board, and there's some other stuff that apparently he went all the way up to Williamsport, bypassed all this stuff. There's also some stuff that he's just been a problem and everything. I'm all getting this information secondhand and stuff. But in the article that I wrote, half of it was like, this kid fucking sucks. So maybe maybe less snitching and more playing catch with the boy out front. I ethered this 10-year-old kid. Yeah. And it was only 2 lines, I think. But like, my job is like we write dick jokes for a living. Yes. It's like irreverent sports. It's not everything we say is not like. I don't mean half of it.
Sure.
We're not Werwood and Bernstein discussing fucking the JFK assassination. We're talking about 10-year-old kids.
What did the dad say? Was he like pretty irate, or was he kind of like? Because it's actually way more of a pussy move to defend your kid for being good.
It is. You should let your kids' abilities talk themselves.
He's got to send you like his huddle highlight tape.
100%. I 100% agree. You should have linked me like highlights of your child.
Yes. But
it was funny because he emailed me and he goes, he wanted a retraction. He accused me of libel, which is insane. And then he was like, my kid does not suck. And he underlined does not.
That's the worst.
He smacks the crap out of the ball for extra. You know what? I'm going to get the email.
I want to hear it kind of verbatim.
Yeah.
I can't believe this happened, dude. This guy, by the way, all the times where you get hammered with your significant other and then you start talking about people who have wronged you and you're like, you know what? I'm going to say something to him next time I see him. And she's like, go for it. And then eventually you wake up the next day. She's like, make sure you don't say anything. That guy was like, I'm going to fly fucking plane over top of the kid's game. And she's like, fly fucking plane. Booked it that night. I love that.
So, Mr. Pagan, someone forwarded me your blog post. I'm not going to get into all the details of this whole ridiculous situation, but my son, underline, does not suck. Underline does play on one of the travel teams, as well as on the Springfield Little League District Tournament team, where he plays first and third base when not pitching or hitting the snot out of the ball for extra bases.
Oh, dear God above, dude.
This is at...
That's a long email.
12:23 p.m. on a Wednesday. A guy at his job.
Oh my God! He just took his lunch break.
He's on his lunch break. I literally ruined this guy's lunch break.
This guy's sitting in a Chipotle off their Wi-Fi trying to get back at you.
Sincerely, Zach. Last name, even though it's public information, but I won't say it.
And he says yes.
Yeah. In parentheses, yes, Zach. Z-A-K is how I actually spell it. End parenthesis.
Dude,
these are real human beings walking among us.
I think those people, their life has gotten so far out of their own control that any semblance of it that they can grab, they're full force. So they're like, look, I can't, combat the fact that my mother-in-law hates me, but I can email this blogger and say, don't make fun of my kid.
True.
And
listen, like, if it was my kid, would I have reached out to me? Probably. I don't know. I'm not in that situation. I mean, if I like the thing is, and I think where people would be like, well, you're kind of an asshole, Kyle. And I don't disagree, but it was like 5 paragraphs of a story, of a blog. And there was like a little 2 to 3 sentence couple of jokes I threw in there about your shitty kid.
10-year-old
and now
kid.
And how you raise him in a LeBron household and not a Michael Jordan household.
Oh my God.
And he also, because I replied to the guy, because I said that line, I said MJ or LeBron is all I replied back to him.
Did he answer that?
And he said, dude, MJ all day.
Oh, wow.
Like, my children have multiple posters of MJ.
Are you just going to become friends with this guy?
And he actually kind of turned me in the end.
That is one of the most, honestly, if you would have written about me in a blog post and my dad saw it, he'd be like, he's also gay too. Like, my dad wouldn't be there to defend me at all.
Dude, let me tell you about the time he sang to me when he was 9 years old.
And it was good, and I just don't have an ear for music. Jeez, man. I mean, I'm glad I got the background on that because I've been getting it secondhand and just kind of like parsing through stuff. That is somehow crazier than I anticipated it. I don't want to. Look,
your boy's dead.
He's not
His
dead.
career's over.
By the way, our boy, he's fine.
I jumped off the ship. I literally am with the women and child in the Atlantic Ocean right now, and the Titanic is sinking. There's a huge spider on you.
Oh god. Did you get me? That's true friendship. That's very nice. Thank you. But no, well then fine. Have fun swimming the shores, dude. I'm on an island. I'm on Drake's Island, coincidentally the same as Epstein's. And I think that anybody who's doing this BS support of Kendrick Lamar, look, dude, you're the same person who goes to a Barnes & Noble with a book you've never read and you leave it open and you stare at the same page for 2 hours hoping that somebody walks into you and says, wow, this guy's really thoughtful and intellectual. That's you, dude. Stop making it up. Listen to cool music. Listen to Drake. He's cool and hot, and he plays basketball. Kendrick, tiny. Anyway,
so you've just reverted to like full bore Drake. Like you were like, I came in on the Drake ship. I'm leaving on the Drake ship.
Yeah, I've dug my heels in even more because I entered this beautiful period of my life where I just didn't care. I used to be one of those guys who had hardline stances on just about everything, and I had about a 2-year period of not caring. Kendrick has brought me right back to just like, you're faking it. You don't actually like him. Nobody can listen to this music. The voices he does are kind of annoying. I'm saying it, dude.
Okay. No, I don't disagree with you on the terms of like, I would rather listen to Drizzy over listening to Kendrick Lamar. And I do think the Kendrick Lamar love is a little overblown.
Yeah.
Because again, we talked about this before. You can just say anything on the internet and people will just run with it. Like, I'm going to need some proof from one of them.
Yes.
Someone's going to have to show some work.
I think, yeah, that's what it really should be. I mean, unfortunately, it's got to be like that movie, The Social Network. With the underlying plot has to be a court case. I need subtext of people proving things during the entire beef, where we listen to the song and then like at the bottom, like a TikTok video where there's another video playing. I want to see a court case going on, and so a lawyer being like, he did do this did happen. That's how we need rap beefs. We need substantiated rap beefs.
Drake's gonna have to shoot him. Did you see that? Like, to get it back, Drake's gonna have to shoot him.
I hear your court case. I raise you a shooting. No, I think he's got to do something. He just keeps doing the worst responses, though.
Well, Kendrick and Vito shaking his head over there. I love it. I love that guy.
Vito, of course, loves Kendrick, dude.
Yeah.
Vito can't write in cursive.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing about the whole what I say he's going to shoot him is because apparently Kendrick had to heighten his security when he was shooting a music video in Compton, and like, you know, Kendrick's from there. Why does he have to shoot? Why does he have to heighten security?
Yeah,
I think he's scared that Jersey's going to retaliate. Like, this actually might be good for Drake in the end. Like, street cred,
killing.
It's all about. Yeah, dude. Bill O'Reilly might write a book about it, killing Kendrick.
You think so? Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Like, Bill O'Reilly might have his full circle moment where he's just getting shouted at by Cameron saying, "You man,
Bill O'Reilly,"
and then he's like comes back and writes a New York Times bestseller called "Killing Kendrick."
That could be the new red pill. Is Tucker Carlson has now become likable. Bill O'Reilly gets street cred. He's out there sitting there with a do-rag on and baggy jean shorts.
He's literally at the Compton swap, like just interviewing people who knew Kendrick Lamar for his book.
Yeah, he's the Nardwuar of the hood.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's so funny. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know what he's got to do, but he's got my full support, and I'll always stand by the faux intellectualism. Intellectualism.
I do want to say, and I'd like to be on the right side of history. Like, Drake came back from getting shot in the back and in a wheelchair. Okay, so he can come back from a lot of things.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm not abandoning ship. I'm in the boat. I'm in the boat with the women and child. I'm rowing back to shore. But if they plug the leak, I'm back in. Hey folks, how are you?
Hey guys.
We do a podcast where we ask you what they do for a living. I only need 3 minutes.
2 minutes tops. It's fun. Talk about your job for a little bit.
I mean, you don't have to just turn your back.
And then you're not even that far away, and you're laughing at us. Just so you listeners know, this is what we do, guys. We say, "Hey, please." And
there's no doubt that one of them know me, and have seen my shit, and they're just like, "I'm not going."
I actually think those are the few people that have never seen you. Do you think any of those?
Usually that wouldn't be my demo.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not be surprised. I mean, 3 Phillies fans.
But I'm just saying,
probably pro BOGO night.
I think they're the few, the proud, that we don't know Kyle Pagan. I think those are the only ones that don't know you.
I would disagree, because people hate me that they know me just as much as they like me.
Yeah.
That actually really made me angry. They just totally blew us off.
Yeah, that was like, it felt like we were like the people at the mall who were like, "Do you want to try this cologne?"
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
All we did was ask.
we don't even really want you on here. We just have to get like 6 guests.
Yeah,
It's
dude, like
not really that.
you're really just filling time. Like you're like
We really don't want to fucking. We came up with a fucking dumb idea like 3 months ago. We have to pursue it.
Yeah, dude. Like we have to release a podcast on Wednesday. Like it's kind of contractually obligated now that we have Thrive Flower. Yeah. Now that we have a sponsor, it's like contractually obligated that we have to, unless we're like going to take it. They're going to take us to court.
Yes, I mean the pod rules. We love having guests on, but if you're going to be mean to us, that's going to be my reaction every time.
Yeah, like
if you do come on, you're the most interesting person I've ever met. If you blow us off, it's like I don't even fucking
Yeah.
care about this stuff, dude.
I just saw red. You want me to become radicalized? Don't ignore me. Ignore me when I ask a question. I will.
Yeah, I think that's how people become radicalized.
Yeah.
They feel ignored. You
Yeah.
actually just experienced,
Dude.
Yeah,
I'm writing my own Mein Kampf when I get home. I'm writing my. What was the thing that that Ted that Ted, the guy who the Oklahoma City bombing, he had his own
what's it called? A manifesto.
manifesto. I am pouring out a 100-page manifesto when I get home.
My struggle, Kyle Pagan's struggle. Sometimes people don't look at me, so now I'm going to take it out on others.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Obviously, that doesn't show like a strong growth that I just got literally weaponized by those 3 people ignoring me. But you know what?
No, I'm on your side. I think that was pretty infuriating.
Gotta
But
have some values.
yeah, I hear you. I got no bones about that.
I might root for the Phillies tomorrow. Root against them
Just out of anger.
since they had those 3 Phillies jerseys.
Just true. You're totally turned.
I
Wow, you
might
don't even
just-
like what they represent.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know who we play. Honestly, I'll be really annoyed if the Phillies lose the World Series, but I'll be really happy knowing that those 3 people are miserable.
Yeah, but they probably don't even like the Phillies. They didn't look like actual sports fans. I'm not adding to that. I'm not giving any more context. What do I know? I am right, though.
That guy had a really cool mustache.
Yeah, he did. God, that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I technically have a mustache right now. Nobody even knows.
Honestly, no, fuck that guy's mustache. It was like actually like not even curled that well. Like he was trying to go for like a little like Grover Cleveland Alexander, like wispy little, tie a damsel in distress to a train track.
Train track.
No, dude,
A little Nigel Thornberry.
that thing didn't even. Yes, that's actually perfect. He had
Yeah.
a Nigel Thornberry mustache, and guess what? It didn't even connect,
Yeah. So if you're listening to this,
dude.
frig you to heck.
Yeah, can't even grow a fucking full mustache. I think we're about to get rained on, so let's close this up.
Yeah.
That's the podcast for today. We really appreciate everybody who's stuck around. The blue collar babies, the middle class mamas, the white collar. That was a good one. The white collar.
Thanks, man.
The white collar.
Criminals. Criminals.
Oh, that was good. That's a little like ESPN Sports.
Little
Center.
yeah,
That's a
dude.
good one. I like that. We should put that into the rotation.
Oh shit! The Federal Reserve helicopters here.
Yeah, so hey, if you like this and you want some sweetest bonus content, patreon.com/men-at-work-pod. We have the Trump rally, Man on the Street, coming out tomorrow. You can email us at men-at-podcast@gmail.com. Follow us on all the socials. I'm Kyle Pagan. That's Matt Peoples. And we will talk to you next episode. Peace. Peace.
Subscribe, you little bitches.